Oh. Alrighty. I'm wondering how this is gonna go. I wonder if you're gonna be able to hear me over the wind going past the mic and all that good jazz. So we'll see. We'll see. However, I wanted to talk today about how working out and going to the gym, developing a little bit of discipline, and this past year and year and a half ish, because now it's what, February, and I've gone through about a year at the gym consistently, because I was a year and change, but this has been one of the most transformative years of my life, for sure, for multiple reasons. So one of the aspects of what the gym and working out has really helped me with specifically are my addictions, right? So at the beginning of when I decided that I needed to do something about my health, I was 97 pounds. 97 pounds, light as hell, and I felt terrible. I was smoking cigarettes. I was smoking tons of weed. I was drinking a lot, for sure. I was addicted to my phone. I was on Instagram, Facebook, just consuming media, social media, not like content. Not, I wasn't even watching shows that I enjoyed. I would put South Park on, which I love South Park, but it'd be just the same episodes over and over. And it was a comfort show for me, and it was an addiction. And everything seemed to become an addiction that I enjoyed, that distracted me from the reality, which was I was horribly unhealthy, horribly unfit, and honestly I just felt terrible all the time. I was depressed. I would become manic. I have certain mental disorders that do not benefit from indulging in recklessness. So when I first started going to the gym, which I'd love to credit Sam Sulik here, because first of all, he just won his first debut competition, first bodybuilding competition. It was amazing. He had an amazing routine. However, that was just a side note. When I started watching his videos, the philosophies and stoicism and discipline and the concepts that he introduced in the videos, at least I was watching at the time, they had a huge impact on me. I really decided at that point I was going to do a lot more research. I was going to do a lot more. I was going to look at the diet a lot more, because in all honesty, I'd been trying to gain weight or become fit or become healthy for almost 5 years at that point. And I didn't put the effort in like I needed to. I didn't have the discipline. I didn't have the necessary building blocks, right? But I decided I was going to, at that point in my life when everything had shattered, I had just, broken up with my girlfriend. I was alone in California. I knew I was going to be losing my apartment because I had no money coming in. And I knew that I only had a limited amount of time to really decide on what I needed to do or what I wanted to do. And I decided that was what I was going to put my time into. I was going to put my time into myself. I was going to work on music. I was going to work on trying to decide what I wanted to do as a career. And kind of on the side, I was like, I want to get healthy. I want to get fit. And when I watched Sam Sulek, I was like, I want to get big. But I started doing some research, and now I got to credit Dr. Mike Israetel, or Israetel, I don't know. But from RP, or the Renaissance Periodization channel on YouTube, he and a couple other videos that I had watched explained how alcohol, cigarettes, nicotine, just in general, these things all detrimented your muscle protein synthesis, your ability to gain weight, and just your overall health in general. And it basically, the consensus was, if you're going to work out and you're going to smoke nicotine and you're going to drink all the time, you might as well not you might as well not work out, because the amount of detriment that those things cause will make it so much harder. And things like cigarettes, they make your appetite go away. They make it harder to eat. And alcohol fills you up and then is empty, and it. Both of those things pretty much stop your muscle protein synthesis if you're doing it enough, and I was doing it enough. So I decided that I was going to quit it. I was going to drop it, and that was going to be a big part of my journey. Well, spoiler, going to the gym and working out, dieting, and focusing on self-discipline made all the difference. It made withdrawals so much easier. It was like I was sweating out. I used the sauna. I researched different things that would make it a little bit easier for me. And it didn't just make it a little bit easier. I dropped cigarettes cold turkey for the first time since I was 14 or 15. I don't even remember what the exact age I was when this happened, but I was young when I started smoking. So let me wait for this car to go by. Alright, now is my time to shine. But for the first time in almost 10 years of smoking, over 10 years of smoking. I was 26 when I started my journey. So, for a good 11, 12 years of my life, I didn't put down nicotine. I always smoked. I always vaped. I always had something going on with nicotine in it. And at the end of the day, I wanted to quit. I wanted to quit, and I tell you, I never achieved it. I never achieved it. I would go maybe a month. At most a month. Let me wait for these cars to go by a little bit. I think I got a little bit of... Nope, I hear them coming. Alright. But for the first time, I didn't need it. I didn't want it. And I knew that quitting would... Oh my gosh, all these cars. Let's just give it a little second. Give it a second. All right. So, I guess what I'm trying to say, and the summary of what I'm trying to say, is that it was a game changer going to the gym, working out, exerting myself, sweating, doing cardio, having something to focus on and to dedicate myself to, dieting, meal prepping, eating 6 times a day, drinking 2 protein shakes a day, all of these things in combination made it so that my addictions weren't at the forefront of my brain anymore. It made it so that I had a reason to quit. It made it so it was easy. At the end of the day, it was easy compared to every other time I had tried. I had given it my all at times, and I would just suffer, because I was so unhealthy, so unfit, so undisciplined. But through self-exertion, through discipline, I have changed immensely. Not only physically, not only like physical health wise, mental health wise, emotionally. So many things became easier to regulate, easier to deal with. And I no longer craved it, right? So that is all to preface what happened in around, around Thanksgiving of this year. I will tell you, if there is one thing to be wary of in your journey of self-discovery and self-discipline and motivation, blah, 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 you must be wary of love. You must be wary of the people who come into your lives that you care about and that you want to spend time with. Because at the end of the day, you may fall subject to old habits. During my cutting phase after September, when I ran out of food, ran out of money, ran out of life, I met somebody who just absolutely blew me away. She was everything and anything you could want, anything that I wanted, everything I wanted out of a person, you know. And truly, I fell in love with her, like the moment we reconnected. And it's a long story. I don't know if she would want me to really dive into it, but when we started, you know, having our little foray, she came up and saw me for Thanksgiving. I wasn't spending time with family. I had nobody at the time. And this person, you know, she spent time on me. And it felt great, and it felt amazing, and it really gave me a new perspective on life. It helped me to gain perspective on my current situations, the people I was, you know, upset at. You know, she just really helped me to grow. But at the same rate, I started smoking with her. I started taking Zins. It was my first time that I even entertained the idea of taking a Zin. I was constantly telling people that I would never do Zin. And, you know, somebody comes into your life, and you want to give it a shot, because it looks like they enjoy it at least. I don't know. But to say the least, I caved to the pressure of nicotine first, and then alcohol came next, and I was back in my old boat. I was back on the horse, as they say. And of course, that's not where I wanted to be. But at the end of the day, I really wasn't concerned about it. I was cutting. I was, you know, kind of committed to the cut at that point. And I had decided that it wasn't the worst thing in the world to indulge for a little bit. And I knew, and I said this to her, and I said this to people around me, you know, it wasn't going to be for a very long time that I indulged. I knew that I wanted to, and I knew that, it wasn't necessarily going to be the worst thing in the world if I was able to quit again. And honestly, it became more of an experiment for me. Became kind of a thought experiment, or a physical test of sorts, a mental test as well. So after about a month of indulgence, I decided, all right, give up the cigs and give up the alcohol. And I honestly, she bought this 2 rolls of 3 milligram Zins that she didn't mean to buy, and she gave them to me. So it was a good way to wean off of the Zins at the time. And I really didn't need to wean off of the Zins if I had, really doubled down on the gym and diet and everything else again. But I decided that I was gonna not waste the Zins that were purchased on accident. So as of Saturday of this week, Sunday was my rest day and day 0 of the bulk, and I ran out of Zins on Saturday, and I decided that was the last of nicotine for me. And of course, I started, I did a cardio session on my rest day, and now I'm back doing my split, and I'm going home to do some meal prep. Everything's falling into line again, and I'm back on the bulking horse. That's basically what I'm trying to say, is I'm back on the horse, right? So, not the other horse. I'm back on the, so I guess what I meant to say earlier was I'm back on the wagon, and now I'm on the horse, right? I was on the wagon again, and now I'm back on the horse. So I predict major gains. I predict that it will be another successful bulk. And once I cut down again, we're going to have some even freakier muscles and situations going. So, all that being said, I think that was most of what I wanted to cover in terms of addiction and relationships and what you should look out for. And if you're trying to quit something, if you have some addictions that you're just not able to control very well, and you've been having some issues with them for quite a while, you just can't seem to get over it, can't seem to figure it out why or how to quit, give the gym a shot. Give the gym your attention. Give the diet your attention. Eat healthy. Take your vitamins. Get some creatine in you. Take some magnesium if you need it. Get your electrolytes in. Stay hydrated. Get all your pieces and parts together, and it doesn't have to happen overnight. You can. What I did was every week or two, I would introduce something new. I would introduce creatine or pre-workout or magnesium. The first thing I introduced was vitamins, because I knew I needed vitamins. Everyone needs vitamins. Everybody needs to supplement if they're not eating enough or eating all of the healthy stuff that you need to eat to get those vitamins. It's worth it to invest in a vitamin at the very beginning. So, do what's best for you. Give yourself some attention. Tell yourself if you do have some addictions, if you do have some things that you're working on, tell yourself it just may not be as hard if you focus on something else. If you decide to invest in your health, in your fitness, you're going to reap the benefits. And even if you don't quit, even if you don't, even if you don't conquer your addiction, you will be healthier, you will feel better, and you will deal with things a little bit better. So I highly suggest, if you're somebody who has an addictive personality, if you're somebody who easily falls into indulgence, indulge yourself in the gym, indulge yourself in health, indulge yourself in fitness, and I think it'll help you a lot, and it helped me. So that's pretty much it. If you've watched to this point, you're a freaking legend, and I hope that you have a wonderful day. I hope you have a wonderful week. I hope it's going great. And if you're hitting chest and shoulders like me today, fucking kill it and murder it like it was, as if your life depended on it. All right. That's about it for me. I'll post. I need to go and grub up. I need to eat some food. So I'm almost home, almost there. Got about maybe 3 or 5 minutes left, and I'm gonna put on some music and enjoy the rest of my ride. Hopefully, this was audible, legible, and yeah, have a great day. Jason, signing off.